Some people call them crisis pregnancies, but really there's no crisis pregnancy. There's just unplanned pregnancies with women or couples that have needs. So the founding of the Alexandrina Center started with a woman by the name of Lee Mayer. She found in her heart she was very committed to the life-affirming care. She was also very committed personally by taking pregnant women into her home and providing a safe home for them, a place where they could be if they had been shunned by their family or had nowhere else to go. I think that the whole point of having the pregnancy center was to be an alternative to some of the other places that women can go when they find themselves in an unplanned pregnancy. So that's the way it started, from my understanding.
There's no typical days. You never know what God will put at your door. And I always prepare in prayer before I come into the center. It's people looking for diapers, it's fathers, it's moms, and some of them are young and some of them are taking care of, it's a grandma that's taking care of her grandchildren. And they're beautiful people that come in.
Yeah, so I am in my 30s, and I just had a really good job as a operations manager. And I was really busy with that, full-time job. And I just, I lived the pretty average life of a 30-year-old. I remember thinking when I found out I was pregnant that I would have to stop working where I was. I would have to give up my position as an operations manager because it was at a restaurant. And that was tough. I always wanted to be in management, and I had finally gotten that position. So then, as time passed, sorry, this is what I'm trying to say.
When a woman comes in here, or a girl, because we get young people too that come through our door, they're frightened. I just want to ask them, what are you afraid of? What's really going on?
One of the biggest fears is, what do I do? And they have no idea what is the first step that I do.
I knew that I was going to be a single mom. I knew that, so I knew I was already concerned about the challenges it would be, just having a child in general, and then knowing that I wouldn't have as much support on that end was challenging. As I was doing research on just all the information, everything I was learning about pregnancy, I knew I needed to find a center so I could talk to someone and get more information. So I remember being online and just typed in centers for pregnant women, something like that, and Alexandrina came up. And once I walked in, and instantly I just felt like, wow, this place feels amazing. This feels so light and bright, and I instantly felt just a lot of support. I walked in, everyone was smiling, and they welcomed me. Hi, how are you? What brings you into Alexandrina? And then from there, I instantly felt so comfortable telling them why I was there and that I had an unexpected pregnancy, and I wanted some direction and help as for what to do.
What was your first impression?
Just how nice you were and willing to listen to me, and even though I wasn't sure. So that was really nice. I just felt very comforted, and yeah, so a little bit, just a little bit. No, a lot, a lot.
Well, I think we had a combination on that door that day. It's changed a little.
Wow.
This is where you saw him for the first time.
I know.
I have to admit, though, I was really nervous doing it because you were so early. I wasn't sure I would find anything.
I know. But it was meant to be because
Yes, it
you
was.
did.
We're offering free pregnancy tests and the free ultrasounds. Then we refer them to their own doctors. When she comes in, we always give the woman an idea of how far along she is and an idea of what she's looking at when she's going to see the ultrasound beforehand. So when she looks at the ultrasound, there is going to be a connection that this is her baby. And I remember with Taylor, when she saw the heartbeat, it made a whole different look on her face. And that heartbeat, it's like a connection of a mother and child. That this is a real baby in there. It's a child. And that makes a total difference to be able to see your child with a beating heart and have an idea that this formation, that this little baby has arms and legs that are growing. And the DNA of this baby is already formed. And who this child will be is already formed. And it makes reality, and a beautiful reality, when they actually see the first picture of their baby.
Once they see that baby in the ultrasound, I had one guy, he looked up at that screen and he goes, "Game changer. That's a game changer."
I remember I'm laying there and I'm looking to my left at the screen, just waiting. And I just got more and more excited and I'm looking at the screen. She's got the gel on my belly and we're looking, and then all of a sudden I see this little like oval shape. And I'm like, is that my baby? And she goes,
When someone comes in like Taylor, your heart jumps. The minute that she saw that heartbeat, the phone came up and took a picture. And I knew right then that a connection had been made with her child.
He's made me see things in life and have doors open for me that I thought were actually not good for me. I thought that, I wouldn't be good with kids. I thought maybe this line of work wouldn't be good for me, or different situations. When I had him, all of that just changed. And I feel that almost like what you think you want in life or what you don't ends up being the opposite sometimes. And there's so many things that I do now that I never thought I'd do in my life, but I enjoy it.
I remember Taylor very well because she came in shortly after I started working here. I remember meeting her for the first time and she said, which I think is profound, the one thing that came out of her mouth was, "I just want you to know the one thing I didn't think I wanted was exactly what I needed." We've settled here now in Green Bay on Shawano Avenue, and we continue to grow here. We are here to provide alternatives, like I said, to people that might be seeking help, not knowing what to do. The first thing I say is I ask for your prayers, because I know that prayer is what's keeping us doing what we're doing. We are always looking for help. We're looking for people to help in our mission here. All it really takes is an open heart. So we need volunteers in all levels, all different things. We always need volunteers. The other thing that we also, of course, need is we live totally 100% on donations. That's what we totally live on. I always tell my volunteers we're here to do we're the hands and feet here in this, and the voice for those, for God. That's what I really believe. Wouldn't it be great if we could build on that support? Because why are people coming to us? They need more support, right? They need more support. But for now, baby steps. That's what we do, baby steps. Because we want to do it right. Everything we do, we want to do right.